So here's what I know. You've had some things in your life that were traumatic, probably when you were a child. And anytime something happens that brings that same vibration up, it takes you right back to the feelings that you had. It's like you're right there again. Even though it may have happened 50, 30, 60 years ago, you're right back there again. And these are the things that can make it hard for you to stick to the things that you're trying to do to take care of yourself, to change your diet, to do exercise more, to bring your gifts out into the world. These are the things that can really make you feel stuck or to be stuck. These are the things that you need to work on healing, releasing, so that they don't sabotage you. They don't trigger you anymore. They don't cause you to stop and to revert back to unhealthy behaviors. Here's a sneak peek from my Whole and Healthy program that can help you break those patterns and step into your whole and healthy self.
In this section, we're talking about shame and banishing that shame. Chances are good that with all of this you're looking at, the mistakes you've been making, you may feel some shame, some feeling bad about yourself for the things that you've done in the past. And I would like to say, let's leave that shame, let's stop that from here, right here. We all have that tendency to beat ourselves up, maybe to hold ourselves up to a higher standard than we hold everybody else up to. And I want us today to begin looking at the things that we're doing in a different light. First off, I want to say that it's just not possible that there's anything fundamentally wrong with you. You are a gift from the divine. You were created and given the gifts and the skills and who you are from the divine. You are there's just no way there's anything fundamentally wrong with you. So let's banish that right now out of our minds. We are okay. We are, even in our imperfection, yes, we make mistakes, but we're still okay. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with us. We're lovable, we're smart, we're safe, we're okay. There's nothing wrong with us, okay? That's thing number one. Number two is I want you to begin thinking about your mistakes as your keys to success, if you use them that way. So each time that you've had a mess up, this is your opportunity to see what happened. That's why we did the work from last session, was to look at the choices we made and what were the precipitating factors. And that way we can begin to define a better path forward for us. So you've given away your self-care time to help somebody else. What could you do next time? By thinking ahead now, you can begin to devise strategies that will help you be successful next time. And we'll talk more in detail about that next week. I have a whole session that will be all about troubleshooting and creating a troubleshooting plan. But for today, I just would like for you to begin contemplating that and just become aware that your mistakes are an opportunity for your growth. And so continue this week to be keeping track of what's going on. What are the mistakes you've made? Where have you fallen short of your plans? And journal them down in as much detail as possible so that you can use that information going forward. This isn't an excuse to say, okay, yeah, I just make mistakes, it's okay. But I recognize that mistakes will happen. They happen to us all. And so this is your time to begin really getting that data down in your journal that we can use in next week. Also, much of the shame is built on probably things that we learned about ourselves when we were very small. Not true things, but experiences that we had that caused us to feel unlovable or to feel unsafe, vulnerable in the world, or caused us to believe that we couldn't trust anybody, that we had to take care of ourselves, that we were somehow bad, that we were, whatever that belief is, there's a young version of you still inside you that can have strong feelings, that can be triggered by things that are going on now. Somebody says something to you and it touches that place in your small young self that felt that she didn't belong or that she wasn't good enough. And so taking time to take care of that young self is an important part of being able to move forward in a healthy way. And I have put below a link to an inner child meditation done by a good friend of mine, and he uses Ho'oponopono meditation techniques. And in the video or in the meditation, you will be meeting your younger self. You will be expressing love for your younger self. You will be saying, I'm sorry. And you will be saying, please forgive me. And that is not an admission of fault on your part, but an admission, but just an opportunity to say, like, I'm sorry that I haven't been paying attention to you. Please forgive me for not always standing up for you. However it comes up to you, don't even have to say anything in particular. It's just the repetition of, I love you, please, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And embracing this younger version of you, creating that tie, that relationship with her even stronger. Some of the things that we started to do in the earlier sessions, we're building on that foundation. So take a chance to listen to that. You can listen to it repeatedly. Another resource for that inner child work is the book Reconciliation by Thich Nhat Hanh. And in it, he has some powerful meditations and reflections and thoughts about connecting to accepting those feelings that come up, cradling them, holding them as they're a baby, accepting them, acknowledging them, and allowing them to relax and release. So I link to that book down below as well. And don't forget to journal about your experiences, and we'll see you in the next session.